Merhaba sevgili oyundaşlar, YouTuber Amca kanalından herkese selamlar, sevgiler. Kanalıma hoş geldiniz sevgili dostlar. Beyond Steel Sky'ın 5. bölümüyle kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. Bir önceki bölümde bu yurttaş Graham hakkında bilgi edinmiştik. Alonso Hoca ile bir görüşmemiz vardı. Bakalım görüşme nasıl geçecek. Hadi hep beraber görüşmeye bir gidelim. Herhalde yeterince
Excuse me, please.
şey öğrendik diye düşünüyorum.
If I was going to convince the mentor, I had to be sure I knew enough about Graham. I needed to find out more information if I wanted to avoid getting caught out.
Bir daha bir kontrol edelim. Şu Minos'a bir daha girelim bakalım. Kimyasallar, fotoğraflar.
Looked like these photos were taken by the city walls. A uniform like the one Graham's wife wore. It was cut for someone much larger. A chart showing that Graham's kudos score had recently dropped.
Başka öğrenebileceğimiz şu mesajlardan
Graham's messages.
Ama buradan bir şey öğrenemiyoruz ki ya. Ulu kaydı. Neyse biz bir bu tarafta bakmadığımız bir şey yok. Antikaya baktık. Madalyalara baktık. Oyuncak kara trene baktık. Kimyasallar. Fotoğraflar, poster. Kupa. Acaba Chipworth'tan bir şeyler öğrenme şansımız var mı?
Excuse me, please.
Chipworth?
Hello, Master Graham. Mentor Alonso will assess Sir's health, happiness, and suitability for work.
I didn't have long. I needed to learn about Graham Grundy, and fast. Have a super day, Chipworth.
Serving you, sir. Every day is super.
Buraya baktık. Şuraya bir daha göz atalım.
Welcome back, Graham. Displaying your health chart now. Thank you for consulting on a regular basis.
That's all for now.
Keep a smile on your face.
I was a lot healthier than Graham.
Neyse. Girelim şu ne olacaksa artık olsun ya.
If I was going to convince the mentor, I had to be sure I knew enough about Graham. I couldn't keep them waiting any longer. From that point on, I had to be Graham Grundy, cleaning supervisor.
Darling, morning. I thought you were going to freshen up.
I was, but I missed the sweet sound of your voice.
Oh, Graham, always the romantic. But please don't kiss me until you've showered.
Wouldn't dream of it. Besides, I couldn't let Alfonso here.
Alonso?
Monopolize my lovely wife for a moment longer.
In which case, shall we begin?
Of course. Shall we take a seat in the lounge? It was now or never.
So, Mr. Grundy.
Başlayalım bakalım.
Alonso, what would you like to know?
Ah, well, straight to the point. I like that. As I was explaining to your dear wife earlier, there have been some issues with your activity records of late.
Issues? What do you mean?
Mr. Grundy, a word to the wise. This will be much smoother if you leave the questions to me. Now, whilst your records load, remind me, in which ministry are you employed? Still with us, Mr. Grundy?
Comfort. I'm a cleaning supervisor.
Yes, of course. Ah, here we go. Graham Grundy, 42, cleaning supervisor with the Ministry of Comfort. Cleaning supervisors require Class C exertive activity certification. I trust that your health rating is sufficient.
I did drop down a bit, but I'm back to Class A plus now.
Excellent, excellent. Very good. So, with that in mind, I will mark you as fit for work, barring any other issues. Now, obviously, your kudos level will have fluctuated due to your absence. You're a C+ right now. I note you used to be much higher.
It isn't easy to keep up an A rating.
A? I had you as B.
Indeed, but it is Aspiration Day.
Yes, of course. Clever. Well, that is all I need to check off. But I'd be remiss if I didn't offer you all the extra support and guidance that you need.
Mentor?
When someone goes off-grid, there's usually some underlying trouble. And as a mentor, I like to think of myself as a bit of a troubleshooter.
Of course.
Bela yok.
I appreciate the concern.
So, let's get to the bottom of all this confusion. Dig a bit deeper, eh?
Tamam,
Deeper?
inelim.
Yes, right. By all means, Mentor.
Tell me about your workplace. I trust there are no issues.
Tren garı olması, trenler olduğuna göre
Cat got your tongue?
The land train facility. It's a fine place to work.
I'm sure it is. Department of Land Trains and Extra City Commerce. Wonderful.
Oh, yes. Couldn't be happier.
We are, of course, very grateful for your service, Mr. Grundy. But there we come to the crux of the matter. Your absence. 15 days is a long time. This is, of course, why my ministry has become involved in your case. We have been concerned for your well-being.
I'm fine. Better than ever, in fact.
Excellent. Now, speaking of your health, I note you had some surgery last year. Tell me about your implants. Are they working effectively?
You mean my heart regulators? Nothing to worry about. As you can see, the beat goes on.
Yeah. Well, I must say you're in remarkable shape considering
Teşekkür
your
ederim.
medical history. Of course, your mental well-being is just as important to us. How are you getting on with your rather peculiar hobbies?
You mean my photography?
I do, yes.
You can't beat the feeling of an old-time film camera.
I can imagine. You have an eye for composition. Although I don't understand your interest in using such archaic technology. Choosing to fiddle with knobs rather than availing of ministry-recommended filters, stabilization, automatic archive, and data retrieval, all courtesy of Minos. If we can't see what you create, how can we share in your interests?
What can I say? I like a challenge.
I'm sure you do, Graham. Ah, well. I have a busy day of appointments, so sadly we must conclude our little chat there.
It's been a pleasure, Mentor.
Hasn't it? So with that in mind, perhaps you can tell me where you've been for the last 2 weeks.
What? Right. Yes, where have I been the last 2 weeks?
Well?
Okay, so the last 2 weeks, I was working at the land train facility, of course. Cleaning. I'm a cleaning supervisor. And while I was cleaning, I must have bumped my head. The next thing I knew, I was in the middle of nowhere, still on the train. 2 weeks later, the train returned to the city. Cleaner than it's ever been, I might add.
My poor darling! How awful! What a dreadful thing to happen!
I believe I have all the answers I need from you.
Well, that's a relief.
I'm sure it is, Mr. Grundy.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
Just a teeny tiny thing before I go. There appears to be 1 or 2 anomalous results here.
Anomalous? That doesn't sound good.
It may be nothing. But here's the thing. I get strange readings when I scan your U-chip. Any idea why?
Maybe it got damaged when I fell.
Ah, yes. Of course. That's probably it. You see, the only other time I've seen anything like this is when a U-chip has been tampered with. No one would have done that now, would they?
Tampered with? I didn't even know that you could do that.
Graham's a supervisor, not a subversive mentor.
Yani. Serserilik işimiz olmaz.
Supervisor, not a subversive.
Damaged when he fell. Request analysis. There. Perfect. I have everything I need.
Great. Chipbot will show you out.
Chipworth, darling.
Just my little joke. Chipworth.
Good day, Mr. and Mrs. Grundy.
I don't know who you are or what you've done with Graham, but I think we got away with that.
I hope so. I don't think that we would get away with it a second time.
Nor do I. If there is anything wrong with Graham's U-chip, you would better sort it out sharpish before Alonso's analysis comes back.
Sert ve haşin.
Who even are you? Where's Graham? Are you that contact he kept ranting about?
Whatever Graham had been up to, it had gotten him killed. I had to come clean with his wife. There's no easy way to say this, but I'm afraid Graham is dead.
What? How? Where?
I found him. In the gap.
The Gap? What was the idiot doing in the Gap? Was that where he was always sneaking off to? Ugh!
A child, Milo, was abducted from a village out there and brought into Union City. And I think Graham was somehow connected.
Sure, and pigs fly. Listen, stranger. I'm sure you can understand this has been a rather harrowing day. This is all too much for me right now.
Tell me about it.
So
Yani.
I'm gonna do some damage control on social media. In the meantime, I guess that officially it is your home, so you can stay, but this is my bedroom, and that one is yours. No cute ideas.
Understood. Songbird seemed rattled by the news. Not surprising. But whoever this contact of Graham's was, I suspected they were the key to finding Milo.
Şimdi olayı ucuz atlattık tahminimce.
Jasmine.
Yasemin mi? Çiçek mi?
Songbird, I'm sorry.
For what?
That your husband is dead.
Hey, win some, lose some.
That's pretty harsh.
Look, stranger. You told me your secret, so I'll tell you mine.
Ver bakalım.
Last few years, Graham gave up trying to be anything other than the dullard he really was. If it weren't for the kudos for being married, I'd have dumped him months ago. You're new here, so a word of advice? You want to win in Union City? Learn the rules and play the game.
My name's Foster, by the way. Robert Foster.
Songbird.
Is there anything more you can tell me about Graham?
Not much. He was a loner whose only friends were idiots like him.
Could Graham have had anything to do with kidnapping?
For both our sakes, I hope not.
Can I ask you about some missing children?
I'd rather you didn't.
What were you saying about kudos?
Were you born yesterday?
Let's just say I'm new here.
Okay, newbie. Here's how it works in Union City. Be a good example, stay happy, and you get kudos.
Which you spend?
Well, kinda, but not really. The higher your kudos level, the lower you are in the city. Simple.
So kudos is bad?
Aren't you listening? Lower. Lower is better.
So you need a higher kudos to get lower?
Of course. That industrial pit up there hovers over me like a storm cloud. And this middle level is simply beneath me.
I think I understand what you mean.
But the lower level, now they are my kind of people. They've got standards that you don't see enough of around here.
Anladım. Seviye, hani kudos aldıkça seviye düşüyor. Bu seviye düşmesi de kötü değil, şey, iyi oluyor.
How can I raise my kudos level?
With kudos, obviously.
So how do I get more kudos?
Yani nasıl kazanırız bunu?
Well, isn't that just the question? Like I said, be happy, get points.
But how can you be happy when you've just found out your husband is dead?
You think I'm not sad on the inside? No one's gonna give me a medal for having a dead husband.
But
Let's talk about something else, eh? My points have already dipped way too much today, thanks to you.
tell me more about Graham.
Why do you want to know?
I think he might have been involved in something.
What do you mean?
I came to Union City from the Gap because I was investigating a mysterious...
Oh, for Joey's sake, not you too. Blah blah conspiracy, blah blah giant dog. Graham was the perfect husband until he started getting crazy ideas. Why couldn't he just have an affair like a normal person?
Who's this contact you mentioned?
Aynen, o
Bad
kişi
news,
kim?
as far as my kudos level is concerned.
What do you mean?
Graham was always rambling on about this hacker friend of his. Had a daft name. Leet, I think.
Şimdi de Lead diye biri çıktı.
Any idea where I could find Leet?
Probably somewhere up top with the other degenerates. If I were you, I'd stay away.
Did Leet believe in Graham's conspiracies?
Believe? Pretty sure he's where Graham got him from. Bad influence all round.
Graham was a conspiracy theorist?
Always was. But before he went missing, he really changed. He became secretive. Used to close the terminal whenever I came into the room.
That's not that strange.
And he started spending a lot of time in the bathroom. And then he just disappeared.
Okay, that's the weird bit. What's with the
Banyo.
Alonso guy?
Guy? I believe you're referring to Mentor Alonso from the Ministry of Well-Being. He's a high-ranking official. And we've just lied straight to his face.
Quite the team, huh?
If he knew what's really going on, I dread to think how far my kudos would plummet.
And what about me?
Arrested, deported, I don't know, not important.
Is Alonso coming back here?
For both our sakes, I hope not. But I'm not risking it, so don't even think about doing anything stupid.
Nothing stupid? For how long?
Very amusing. Until my kudos is back on track, obviously. But for now, you are Graham.
Looks like Graham was quite the photographer.
Oh, he was dreadful. At first I thought he was an artist. Then I found out he used those ridiculous antique cameras. It took hours to see the finished photographs. And he took forever fussing with the lighting. The only good thing about his photographs is that I'm in most of them.
What do you know about the council?
They run the city. You know, like they always have since Joey left.
Evet, bir de şu Joey meselesi var.
Not with Graham's ID, you can't.
You work for the Ministry of Comfort?
Sure do. It might not sound prestigious, but without us, the city falls down.
You don't seem the type to settle for a cleaning job.
Cleaning supervisor, thank you very much. And you'll find in Union City, it's not what you do, it's how you do it that counts.
How so?
You know, get the job done, don't get in trouble, keep a smile on your face, the usual.
What can you tell me about the Minister for Comfort?
The terminal has their details. Look there if you want to know more.
Okey, şimdi banyo ve
Yeah,
Konfor
bye.
Bakanlığı ile ilgili bilgi almamız lazım. Başka. Burada ne var? Havalandırma kontrolleri.
Hey, don't touch that. What have I said about these windows? Keep them closed.
The climate controls looked complicated, except for the big switch marked Windows.
Dolabı bir inceleyelim. Bakalım neler bulacağız.
I didn't think Songbird would appreciate me rummaging through her things. The shelf was loaded with books on management, business theory, and military strategy. In Union City, even the teddy bears had screens. This one was broken. I poked at it, but I couldn't get it to turn on. A collection of toy animals were lined up in little baskets. One was missing. Carl Koala. Dave Dingo.
Dingo Dave.
There was an empty spot marked Bartleby Bilby.
Bandicoot faresi.
There was an empty spot marked Bartleby Bilby. Kevin Kangaroo. Carl Koala. There was an empty spot marked Bartleby Bilby.
Tamam. Bir oyuncak bulmamız gerekiyor. Şimdi
Excuse me, please.
bir dakika, seninle bir konuşalım bakalım, var mı? Chipword, bir dakika dur.
Excuse me.
Good afternoon, sir.
Şimdi lead.
Do I know someone called Leet?
I can neither confirm nor deny that, sir.
Why's that?
When Sir was shorter and stouter, it was made very clear that I was not to discuss such information with anyone, not even Sir himself.
Okay. Do you know if I know someone called Leet?
Excellent loophole, sir. Yes, I do know with absolute certainty whether Sir knows someone called Leet.
That's good enough for me. Do you know someone called Leet?
He was never my acquaintance, sir.
Songbird doesn't seem too upset about her husband.
And why would she be? The glorious Master Graham has returned to us.
Sounds like my wife didn't miss me all that much.
I'm confident Madame Songbird's affection was simply kept hidden on the inside.
I'd like to hear more about Songbird.
May I suggest that Sir speaks with the lady directly? Or perhaps check her social media presence. That's how Madame has traditionally spoken to you.
What's this about a celebration tonight?
The Aspiration Day Gala. Madame Songbird is so looking forward to it. It has populated approximately 83% of our conversations. In fact, any time someone spoke of it, your heart rate would elevate and you would perspire, sir. Heavily.
Is that why Graham left?
Is Sir referring to himself? Or a friend also named Graham?
Do I have any friends?
None, sir.
I need you to do something for me.
Just say the word, sir.
Please, can you open the windows, Chipworth?
Very good, sir.
Şimdi
Tempting, but I'd already had my monthly bath. couldn't access Graham's messages. I added that to my list of things to look into.
Bunun da bir zamanı var demek ki. O zaman açılacak. Yurttaşlık. Konfor Bakanlığı. Azim, sağlık, güvenlik, konfor bakanlığı. Hayatın pürüzüne siz daha fark etmeden törpüler. Konfor Bakanlığı olarak hedefimiz görünmez olmaktır. Hedefimiz nereye giderseniz gidin size özel tercihler sunarak görünmeden hizmet etmektir. Sizin için ısıtır, serinletir, yıkar, durular, onarır, parlatır, çalıştırırız. Hem de tam sevdiğiniz gibi kusursuz programlar ve bakım gören droidlerimiz kademeleri ne kadar düşük veya yüksek olursa olsun her yurttaşın hak ettiği konfora ulaşmasını sağlar. Tabi ne kadar kudosunuz varsa o kadar rahat hissedersiniz. Union City'de işler böyle yürür. Konfor Bakanlığı, konfor bizden sorulur demiş. Şimdilik
situation. Very troubling indeed.
Mentor, given your experience, your input here would be greatly appreciated.
Orana, isn't it? You strike me as a fine young officer of the Ministry of Well-Being. Would you say that's an accurate description?
I'm flattered, sir.
Your record is exemplary, I believe.
I do my best, sir.
I'm sure you do. So please, don't let me down. Fix this mess.
Mess? You mean the girl?
The whole untidy situation.
Yes, sir.
Atta girl! Keep a smile on your face. After all, it's Aspiration Day, isn't it? The happiest day of the year.
I'll take care of it, sir.
I know you will. By the way, a call to pest control wouldn't go amiss.
Of course, sir.
Meanwhile, I shall isolate this area until this unfortunate incident has been resolved.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your advice.
We're all here to learn from each other. Take care now.
Miss? Pardon me, miss! Who, me? Hey! You can see forever up here! You know, be free!
Miss, you have to be careful.
Careful or careless? I know which one I want to be!
Why don't you come down, yes? Miss Dijon, is that right? Raquel Dijon.
Yeah! That's... me. I think...
Raquel!
Raquel? Did you say Raquel?
You need to come down.
What? Where am I? Oh no! Help! Help!
Hearing her name had triggered a total change in the girl's behavior. I needed to find a way to get her down before she fell. From that height, the girl wouldn't fare much better than the cat.
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me.
Ah, Master Grundy. What joy to see Sir again after all this time. Would that the circumstances were better. I dare say the young artist is in somewhat of a pickle.
Certainly looks that way.
The poet laureate Reginald Arthur Schnippel Esquire sends his regards and/or condolences as appropriate.
How nice of you, Reginald.
Correction, sir. If one may be so bold, Mr. Schnippel is of course Sir's human neighbour. How Sir might mistake yours truly, Tarquin, for our beloved poet laureate is beyond imagining.
What should we do about that girl?
We should inform the Ministry of Well-being.
But the Ministry is already here.
How very efficient! The missive was only sent a moment ago.
Can you think of a way of getting that girl down?
Gravity should do the job soon enough.
That's rather harsh.
Oh, did Sir mean get her down safely?
What do you think about the graffiti?
As an artiste, I find any medium a valid form of expression. Of course, the vandalism does somewhat detract from the piece.
So you like the graffiti?
I said it was a valid form of expression, albeit not on a par with, say, the literary arts. But as art goes, it's not too abhorrent.
Who are you again?
Tarquin, Fidelis Mark II domestic savant, at your service.
So you're a servant?
Savant, please. I am a highly engineered personal aid.
Do you work in these apartments?
Of course, Master Grundy. Sir and I have been neighbours for 147 days and 11 hours.
I'm Graham Grundy.
Of course, sir.
So we've met before?
Of course, sir.
When's the last time you saw me?
Master Grundy, one is sure one doesn't need to remind Sir that one works with Sir's neighbour.
One would need one to remind one.
Ah, does Sir mean Sir would need one to remind Sir, or one would need Sir to remind one?
One is not sure anymore. You have a real way with words.
Aha, Sir is referring to one's grammatical prowess, no?
İyi oynuyorsun, evet.
Yes.
Sir is too kind. And yet, if only one could translate grammatical prowess into poetic inspiration.
Have you heard any reports of missing children?
Why, no, Master Graham. If anyone went missing, I'm sure AI Officer Greta would find their U-chips.
What if they were from outside the city?
Well, surely AI Officer Greta would find them by their newly implanted U-chips.
Fair enough.
For all his poetry, Tarquin was still a Union City droid.
Can you think of a way of getting that girl down?
Gravity should do the job soon enough.
That's rather harsh.
Oh, did Sir mean get her down safely?
See you later, Tarquin.
Will I?
Huh? It's just a phrase.
Shall we schedule in another meeting?
I don't think that's necessary.
Such ambiguity. A tortured soul. Alas, I am inspired.
Excuse me.
Sir?
What's going on?
Just a citizen in trouble, all under control.
Why is she up there?
I don't know. I'm not sure she does either.
What happened here?
I don't know, but we have to get her down.
How long has she been up there?
I don't know, but we have to get her down.
Why is the monopod locked down?
To keep people happy, sir.
How?
Well, this situation has the potential to be unpleasant. So we keep the situation contained until it can be resolved.
But I'd really like to go somewhere.
A little patience, sir, would be appreciated.
When will the monopod be unlocked?
When the situation is resolved.
Anything I can do to help?
No need, sir. All under control.
Really? Is there nothing I can do to help?
Just carry on enjoying Aspiration Day, sir.
But...
Best leave this to the professionals, sir.
Are you sure I can't help?
Totally sure. Just move along, please, sir.
I'll let you get back to work.
Thanks.
Şimdi
The girl looked almost frozen with fear. Hell of a place to get stuck. Are you okay?
No! I don't know how I got up here!
Raquel! Raquel Dijon! Don't panic! I'm from the Ministry of Well-Being.
How can we help?
Nothing to see here, sir. I suggest you go back inside and enjoy some screen-based entertainment.
Excuse me? I'd like to make a complaint.
Please, both of you. I'm a welfare officer. I know how to deal with this kind of problem. I just need to check the negotiation protocol.
Well, thank goodness the Ministry is on this. It's all very distracting.
How did you get up there?
I don't know! Please! I'm frightened!
She climbed the outside of the building. Astounding agility, by the way. Most impressive.
I don't remember!
Bravo, miss!
Sit tight. We'll soon have you down.
Can you see any way down from there?
No!
Okay, we'll see what we can do from here. Anyone got any ideas?
Yes, I do. I have an idea.
Go on.
Never use a simile when a metaphor suggests itself.
What?
I'm in the middle of composing an Aspiration Day poem, but my lexiconic cupboard is bare.
ya bırak boş muhabbetleri.
Hence the requirement.
Kızı kurtarmakla ilgili bir şey var mı?
Idea about your poem?
Well, yes. You asked if anyone had an idea. You were not specific to the context.
What's your name?
Her name is Raquel. Now, would you please?
Raquel? Oh, but of course, that makes far more sense. She told me her name was Rat Girl. But it would appear her grotesque moniker signifies little more than a deplorable deficiency of elocutionary attainment. Rat Girl, indeed.
Please, gentlemen, now is not the time.
What are you painting?
Sir, please, you're not helping.
What? I didn't... I don't know!
Her work is rather inspired, don't you think? I do believe art may be her calling.
Please, both of you.
Help me!
Can you see any way down from there?
No!
Okay, we'll see what we can do from here. Can you see any way down from there?
No!
We'll work something out. Hold on. Anyone got any ideas to help the girl?
I'm still searching through this ministry protocol, but to be honest, we've gone rather off script.
Keep looking. I'll see if I can find a practical solution around here. Can you see any way down from there?
No!
Okay, we'll see what we can do from here. Don't worry, we'll get you down safely.
The seal had been vandalized. Poor Joey.
Acaba dur, asansör, temizlik robotu. Temizlik robotuyla ilgili bir şey yapma şansımız var mı? Envanter.
Commencing spray. Please stand back.
The cleaning robot was clearly designed to carry heavy water tanks.
Apologies, Citizen Graham. This is not your residence. Water refill complete.
With no hand scanners, I figured they were intended for droids. The picture showed an utterly unfamiliar scene from a bygone era. For a moment, I was off balance. It felt like I was falling towards the building. But then I realized it wasn't real. Just a lifelike sculpture carved into the wall. What a relief. This particular spot seemed popular with the local birds. I knew I shouldn't get distracted, but I couldn't help it. It was a hand scanner. Raquel!
Help! Please!
Can you see any way down from there?
No! And everything's wet now thanks to that robot.
Hold on. We'll work something out.
Robot
Think you
değil.
can get on the robot when it passes?
I could try. But what if...
We'll catch you. You can do it.
I rather doubt she can.
Can't you try and be more encouraging?
You have a reasonably good eye for aesthetics.
Thank you?
Now, grab on tight. We'll be right underneath you.
You'll be fine.
Human grip strength is famously reliable. Only in short bursts.
Okay, here goes.
Hadi.
How do you feel, Raquel? Are you okay?
I don't know.
Well, I'm glad that's all sorted. Shall I call a pod for her?
I've got it from here, thank you. Raquel, what were you even doing up there?
I don't know. I don't really remember anything.
Hafızasını kaybetmiş veya bir sıkıntı var. Bunu bakalım bir sonraki bölümde genç kadının ne sıkıntısı olduğunu göreceğiz sevgili dostlar. O zaman bir sonraki videoda görüşmek dileğiyle diyorum. Her zaman olduğu gibi her şey gönlünüzce olsun. En güzel günler, en güzel dilekler sizinle olsun. Kapanış sözümüz neydi sevgili dostlar? Oyunsuz kalmayın. YouTube amca kanalında kalın. Sizleri çok seviyorum. Hoşça kalın sevgili dostlar.